Hi everyone, Franklin here, and it's day 4 of the negativity fast. I can't believe it. So much has been changing in me, and I just want to thank everybody who's sent in comments and are participating. Let's just recap where we're at. Day 1 was all about is this something that God is calling you to? Day 2 was about starting to take an inventory of your own thoughts. What's positive, what's negative. Nancy even went ahead and got herself a notebook and 2 different color pens. Way to go. And day 3 had this amazing thought about that your mind is the platform which God is wanting to build your future. And that your mind and your thoughts, this is your property, your territory, and it's time to occupy that space. And so I've been thinking about, hey, what does God want to be building on my property? And I thought, hey, maybe He wants to build a castle. So what if instead of God building some giant castle in your thoughts, in your mind, that He wants to build a garden instead? And this is what I got for me this morning. The Lord's building a garden in my thoughts. Wow, what is this? I didn't understand it. But it spoke to me because I'm working on my own garden at home. And what I got was that a garden is a place you go to for relaxation, for rest. It's a beautiful place, a growing place, a living place. And not that there isn't work to be done. Of course, there's always maintenance to go on there. But the maintenance is relaxing. Wow. This is a different thought for me. My thoughts have been something that I've been running away from, to be honest with you. A little too dark for me to be feeling comfortable with. And so this idea of, wow, your thoughts, your thinking, the place in your mind could be a place of beauty, a place you can go to relax. This is a new idea for me, I can tell you that. But an amazing idea, an inspiring idea. But how do I get from where I am or have been to this place, this new place? And the Lord reminded me about actually 2 places in my own garden, contrasting. One is the vegetable part, where we are growing some vegetables, and in that spot, the ground has been totally renewed, completely replaced, in fact. And in there, things grow really well. And not that there isn't weeds that come, but with the weeds, the soil is so loose, just with 2 fingers, you can just pluck them right out. Easy, no problem. In contrast to that, on the other side of my garden, where the soil is clay like you cannot believe, you can make pottery out of this clay. The soil is like locked up, so tight. And in that area, I had to remove an unbelievable number of invasive shrubs that had spread across this whole hillside. And we were trying to turn that area into flower beds. It was so hard to rip up the roots of these shrubs out of that soil because it was just like locked up tight. And it was tough work. And in the soil of our hearts, the soil of our minds can make a big, big difference. And what God told me to do was, and this is what I'm going to be doing, and if you're joining in with us, think about doing this yourself, to take one of the negative thoughts that we've been dealing with, maybe one of the ones that's a repeating thought that we've been keeping track of over the last few days, and to take that thought and instead of trying to rip it up out of the soil, out of the clay soil, do something different, which is to surrender that thought to God. And what that does is loosen the soil. Loosens up the soil. The act of surrendering a thought to the Lord. A thought that's maybe too big, a thought that's got roots that go everywhere, all over the place. Surrendering that thought to God loosens the soil all around you. Then guess what? He is the gardener, and He will come and pull that thing out by the roots. And I was so relieved, because it means I don't have to do that. But my role in this is to surrender this thought. So the thought I'm going to be surrendering is a repeating thought that I've had, which says, I just can't do this. And that's a thought that I've had for a long time. I just can't do this. So right now I'm going to surrender that thought to God. So Lord, I surrender this thought to you. In fact, I repent of this thought to you. Now I'm going to actually ask God a question, which is, Lord, do you have a new thought for me? A thought that can replace that negative thought. So I just want you to take a moment and just calm your heart and ask the Lord this question, and I'd really like you to write down the answer. And the answer that I got about this was, my grace is sufficient for you. So now, what I'm going to be working on is the replacement of I just can't do this with His grace is sufficient for me. So whenever those thoughts come up, I'm replacing them with that. I'm just surrendering them. And I don't have to beat myself up about that, but just surrender. And if you'd like to share what thoughts it is that you're surrendering to the Lord, feel free to do so in the comments section below. Hey, and pass this on to other people who could benefit from it too. Have a great day. Bye.